Bateman Resources Limited is a gold exploration company with significant projects in British Columbia and the Yukon. Trading on the TSX Venture Exchange, symbol ABN, and the OTCQB, symbol ABNAF. Surrounded by world-class gold deposits and mines, Bateman's 23,000 hectares Forest Kerr Gold Project is located in the heart of the Golden Triangle in northwestern BC. For more information, visit us at batemanresources.com.
Welcome to the Goddard Report. Comments made on the Goddard Report and TalkDigitalNetwork.com are an expression of opinion only. Here is Jim Goddard.
My guest is Jordan Bateman, Vice President of Communications and Marketing for the Independent Contractors and Business Association in BC. His website, icba.ca. Welcome back to the show, Jordan.
Thanks for having me, Jim. And in fact, I can go even narrower for our listeners. icba.ca/coronavirus. That's where we have all of our health, safety, government, construction updates, trying to centralize it all in one place for construction companies.
How are construction companies holding up with certain people being told to stay home and not go out and socialize?
Well, it is difficult, obviously. So the provincial health officer has actually exempted construction sites from the 50-person limit because of the fact that, on construction, you're not really working in close quarters. You still have to follow the social distancing rules of 2 meters apart, wear gloves, wear masks, eyewear, all that stuff. But, technically, you can continue on construction, but we are already seeing many sites shut down. LNG Canada have their workforce already. Site C, I think, will probably be headed that way soon. We've seen even government agencies pull back construction tenders that were out for bid. Look, the world is in a huge health and financial crisis, and construction is going to definitely feel it as well.
Now, is that a positive that people can still work? And I guess they still have to get to work. Do a lot of your people rely on transit, or are they self-transported so they're isolated to start with?
Yeah, most don't rely on transit. Of course, they have tools and other things, and so many of them have their own trucks or vehicles. Where the problem comes in is, if you have a site of, 4 or 5 people going and someone gets sick, you immediately got to shut down and quarantine. So, there's a lot of issues here. It's difficult. There's no simple solution to this. It's a matter of, one step at a time. At the same time, there are many very small, construction companies. Maybe they do some renovations, maybe they do outdoor work, and so there's no blanket order for them to stop working. And for a lot of folks, what's the alternative? Mass layoffs, moving to EI, people in varying degrees of financial distress. So we're trying to keep as many people working as long as possible, as long as it's safe, obeying the social distancing rules. But every day we hear more and more stories of sites shutting down.
Small companies, should they be getting some kind of guarantee of financial support from the government? Because, again, they probably work project to project, and it's a very margin-sensitive business to start with.
Yeah, absolutely. The small businesses is where we'd like to see a lot of the focus given. There's a number of things government can do, and I'm a little surprised we haven't seen from the provincial government yet. I know they're looking at the Trudeau announcements from this morning. We're taping this on March 18th. And I imagine the provincial government's looking how to fit in there. But look, you could suspend the employer health tax for 6 months. Even if it was just for small, medium-sized businesses, that would be a huge help. You could allow individuals and businesses to defer property taxes for up to 6 months if they need to do so. That would be, obviously helpful. You could freeze the carbon tax for a year. Look, on April 1st, there's another $5 a ton increase coming in. Doesn't seem relevant it doesn't seem necessary to do that. So freeze it or even roll it back. You could defer for a year. All sorts of regulatory measures that are going to add more cost to business. There's some WorkSafe changes coming. Punt them for a year. There's a number of those types of things. And if you really want to get even, more into it, you could reduce personal income tax rates. You could raise. I actually saw Peter MacKay sent out a suggestion to the federal government: raise the basic exemption of taxes to $30,000. That would put $2,200 into every person's pocket. That would be helpful. Anything we can do to keep folks whole as they're trying to deal with these issues, we've got to do. I think of those folks in restaurants, especially, where no doubt people are being laid off today because restaurants are forced to close. Can we find ways to, give them ways to supplement income on EI? Can we find other opportunities? We really need to do this.
Do you think the government is open to suggestions on how to make sure that we don't have a financial collapse here, both personally and for small and medium business?
Yeah, I think all levels of government. Well, let me rephrase that. I definitely think provincially and federally they are open. I know that both cabinets have been meeting with and talking to business stakeholders. I know that they're reaching out for ideas. I know MLAs and MPs are also reaching out for ideas that they can forward in. But listen, this is a massive economic crisis worldwide. It's going to be, frankly, even I was reading Jack Mintz's piece this morning. Best case scenario of 6 months of recession. That's definitely best case. We're expecting years of recession. Followed by a very kind of quiet recovery. It's going to take us years to get to the place where we were 6 months ago.
Can municipalities play a role here? You said the provincial and federal governments are listening, but we're all creatures of the city that we live in. Can they take more measures to help out?
Well, they need to, and cities need to be looking proactively. What can they do? They need to be asking the provincial government for the ability to, defer or borrow against future taxes. They need to be cutting out all of the borrowing that they're doing on non-essential items. I can only speak for my municipality, for example. I live in the township of Langley. In fact, for the 2-term township council. Municipalities have very strict rules on when they're allowed to run debt, when they're allowed to borrow. Perhaps that needs to be relaxed in this situation. I know the township is now stopping all inspections. That's a problem for construction, of course, because you need permits. Occupancy permits often take someone in person inspecting. These are big operations. The township, every city needs to focus on the core things, health and safety issues. Everyone else needs to be redeployed to those. If we don't have recreation programs anymore, those folks need to be redeployed to make sure that they're helping the water, the sewer, public safety, whatever they can do. They need to be reassigned to those core issues. Now, on the bright side, BC especially is a little bit further ahead in emergency planning than a lot of places. Thanks to the SARS epidemic, the H1N1, swine flu, those types of bird flu, those types of things prepared BC in a way that, is comforting. And, one of the things that I'm impressed about is you don't see a lot of partisan nattering back and forth between the NDP and BC Liberals right now. In fact, most of the time, everyone's being complimentary of Adrian Dix and the work he's doing. And Dix, in return, is being complimentary of the work, the BC Liberals did over the last 16 years, because a lot of these, emergency social structures were put into place by them. A lot of the rules were changed after 9/11 on security issues. Those were done, of course, by the BC Liberals. So you're seeing how there's certain things governments do that just aren't partisan. They're not political. They're just, order, good government things. And, hopefully we can flatten this curve on this and get back to business as usual sometime soon.
We'll have more with Jordan Bateman right after this.
Engineer Gold Mines is focused on the exploration and development of the historic high-grade Engineer Gold Mine situated 32 kilometers southwest of Atlin, British Columbia. Engineer Gold Mines is fully permitted for surface and underground exploration with the drill program now underway. Engineer Gold Mines Limited trades on the TSX Venture Exchange, symbol EAU. For more information, please visit us at engineergoldmines.com.
Cypress Development Corp. is developing a world-class lithium resource in the heart of Clayton Valley, Nevada. The size of the resource makes the Clayton Valley project a premier asset with the potential to impact the future of lithium supply. Cypress Development Corp. trades on the TSX Venture Exchange, symbol CYP, the OTCQB, symbol CYDVF, and on Frankfurt, symbol C1Z1. For more information, please visit our website, cypressdevelopmentcorp.com.
Welcome back. We're speaking with Jordan Bateman. Jordan, the federal government already has announced an $82 billion package to try to help out companies and individuals. They say they'll have more after they talk with the energy industry and airlines. Will the construction industry need something specific as well?
I think they will. As we start to dig into the details of the announcement from this morning, there's a lot we still don't know. Some of the stuff can be done immediately, like extending income tax filing deadlines and when payments are due. That's great. But some are going to take time to roll out. There's the talk of a 10% subsidy to business for payroll. There's already a $25,000 cap on that per employer, so we're unsure what the details will be on how that happens. They've relaxed EI sick leave rules, but they're still trying to put into place how everything's going to roll out. Application-wise, the message we have for the federal government is this: do things that get money out to people quickly. Don't make them put in new applications and create boondoggles of programs that slow people down. Find existing mechanisms now where you can get money into people's hands. That's why I thought the Peter MacKay solution was actually pretty elegant of raising the personal income tax exemption. That way, when people file their income tax, they have that money coming back to them as part of their refund. Most people are registered or have had some type of refund in the past from CRA. CRA can get that money into bank accounts quickly, which of course would be helpful in these situations. So it's tough. I know the government's trying to, both levels of government are trying to work with banks. We've seen in Italy and other places, suspending mortgage payments, basically mortgage holidays. I can tell you the Business Council of BC is recommending mortgage holidays until January. Interest accrues during that time, but no payments of interest or principal would be required until January. That would give people this chance. The UK banks actually just did a 3-month mortgage holiday like that. You could do the same for renters. I think right now, up till now, we kind of looked at, grocery hoarding or buying toilet paper and all those things as being kind of the worst things that are happening. Economically, a lot more damaging things could happen if we don't make sure that people have the ability to meet their bills, have the ability to work, and have the ability to generate income somehow.
Now, Western Canadian crude oil is selling for under $8 a barrel. Why would you even bother pumping it at that price?
Well, exactly. It's unbelievable. I never thought you'd see $1.10 per liter gas again in the Lower Mainland, but we're there and maybe headed lower. You're right. There's no roadmap for this. I mean, there's no business plan. No one has a business plan to help them through this stuff, right? It's just, we're all kind of taking it, not even day by day, but hour by hour. We have a website at ICBA, a coronavirus page, and we've already updated it more than 100 times in the past couple weeks since we launched it. It's unbelievable how quickly information is changing and how we're trying to get that out to people as quickly as possible.
Yeah, little things too. Dr. Bonnie Henry was asked, well, what kind of painkiller do you use if you have it? She wasn't sure. French researchers say acetaminophen, that would be your Tylenol, seems to work best. Little things like that you learn day by day.
Yeah, and scientists are rushing to test all this stuff, right? But, we're still trying to work through what those tests actually reveal. And, I saw a study come out today, and it's the lifespan of coronavirus on different surfaces. And stainless steel can last a little bit longer than in a cloth bag, but cloth bags can carry it. And, just so many different things that are going on. And, it feels so old-fashioned, right? Like, you still cling to, stay away from each other and, wash your hands constantly. But that really is, the best advice at this point as we try to deal with these issues. I know for businesses, a lot of businesses, ICBA included, we're lucky we can kind of decentralize workforce. We're all working from home. But there's tech costs involved in that. Upgrading things, making sure everyone has secure internet, all those different things that you need. So even that is an expensive thing, and maybe there's a tax credit for small businesses that should be included in that. It's like I said, we're going to be seeing years of borrowing, years of deficit budgets, quite possibly a significant economic downturn for a long period of time. I think we all wonder what our world's going to look like when things get back to quote-unquote normal.
We'll have more with Jordan Bateman right after this.
Media recognition from Bloomberg, Reuters, recycling trade publications, patented process for 100% recovery of critical metals, including cobalt, lithium, nickel, manganese, aluminum. American Manganese is focused on recycling lithium-ion batteries for electric vehicles. American Manganese trades on the TSX Venture, AMY, the US, AMYZF, and Frankfurt 2AM. For more information, visit AmericanManganeseInc.com or phone me, Larry Ray, at 778-574-4444.
Don't miss out. Stay informed. Receive the HowStreet.com weekly recap with thought-provoking podcasts, radio, and articles delivered to your inbox. Sign up for the HowStreet.com weekly recap on our homepage at HowStreet.com.
Welcome back. We're speaking with Jordan Bateman. Jordan, they've now closed the Canada-U.S. border except for essential traffic and commercial goods. How is the construction business holding up with supplies? Because we had rebar and so on from China slowed down or stopped in some cases.
Yeah, supply chains are definitely slow. There are definitely some industries that are more worried about it than others, parts of the industry. Steel, as you mentioned, lighting supplies have slowed right down. But, look, I think in construction we all understand, food, medicine, testing supplies, those need to be things that get shipped and unloaded first. Those are the things that need to get out to folks and make sure that they're taken care of. So we're realistic about this. But yeah, it's slowed down. And again, in a major economic downturn, it's going to be tougher to source those supplies because there's going to be a number of businesses that disappear who were producing them. So, one day at a time, we're trying to work through these issues. But, yeah, it is, it's not great. It's not a great time to be in business. It's not a great time to be an employee. I imagine there's a lot of people nervous about what the future holds.
The Canadian dollar below 70 cents, does that affect construction because you import a lot of goods?
Yeah, it does make it more expensive to import goods when the dollar is bad. But, at the same time, people, I don't think there's a lot of purchasing going on right now for future supplies. I think, supply chain issues, if there are any, are backlogged, things that they've been paid for in order that we're waiting for. But it is another significant hurdle for the future that businesses are trying to get their heads around.
Bank of Canada has been lowering their trend-setting rate. However, the banks seem to be a lot slower in offering cheaper money. Will lower rates be important for businesses to recover if they have to borrow money?
Yeah, I think lower rates is a way that the Bank of Canada can help businesses. The Business Development Bank of Canada is already extending or opening up their rules as far as getting people cash or businesses cash flow loans. So there is some positive news there. But that is the. It's amazing, Jim. Like, I know you're doing a number of interviews, and we're talking to members all the time, and it feels like every hour there's twist, another ramification, another wrinkle, another government regulation or announcement that things that, people hadn't, really considered and try to come to terms with what it means for their business and their employees. So if you're an employee out there, we ask you please be patient with your employers. They're trying their best. We all feel this significant corporate responsibility to our employees. We've got to do what's right by them, and we'll try to do what's right by the business, what's right by the economy, what's right for the health and safety of every Canadian. So we're going to need a lot of grace for one another, I think, in the coming weeks and months.
Jordan, stay healthy, stay safe.
Thank you.
My guest has been Jordan Bateman, Vice President of Communications and Marketing for the Independent Contractors and Business Association. His website, icba.ca. And what's the area for the Corona updates?
icba.ca/coronavirus.
If you have any questions for Jordan or any of our other guests, you can send them to info@housestreet.com. I'm Jim Goddard. Thank you for listening.
Comments made on the Goddard Report and TalkDigitalNetwork.com are an expression of opinion only. The Goddard Report is available online and mobile at TalkDigitalNetwork.com. The Goddard Report is a production of House Street Media Incorporated.